We're live, almost. Oh.
I got it.
Okay. Boo. Alright, welcome to the show. One moment, Boo's having a drink.
Alright, Boo.
There will be, the way we're going to do it is a little different than how we normally do it. So there's a video version. There's a...
Okay, good, Boo.
That was a lot of noise. Sorry if you're on audio and that was included. But we're going to do a video version that's probably going to have more than what is going to go into the podcast version. But I'm joined by Pete Moss, a.k.a. my dad, and MonkeyBoo.
Hey, Boo. Hey, guys.
So go ahead and tell them what you do, who you are.
I'm Alyssa's dad. I keep an eye on her and watch out for her. When I'm not doing that, I am the owner of MonkeyBoo, the coolest little monkey on the internet. In the world, actually. Right, Boo?
You want to say something, Boo?
He'll show you guys one of his favorite things to do, eat a banana.
Hold on, wait till that's not crinkling before you keep talking.
Boo and I travel around for many years. Well, we traveled around for many years. Now I actually have 3 monkeys. Oh, Boo's excited. He loves his bananas. So we make videos of the monkeys that are fun, educational. A lot of people like to watch the videos just because they like to smile, and then actually a lot of people watch because they might be going through hard times, difficult times, and especially the last year or so, a lot of people went through that. So it's a way for them to watch it and forget about what's going on in the crazy world today. So that's really cool. We get a lot of comments and feedback from fans that think it's for that, and that's really cool. That's a really cool part of what we do. But Boo's a very known, very loved monkey. Yes, he has 2.5 million YouTube subscribers, over 1 million followers on Facebook. So yeah, but everybody knows who you are pretty much, right? Right. Okay.
So a question that we ask every guest on the show.
Okay, I've never watched Alyssa's show. I thought it was pretty cool that she's gonna have me on here. This is as cool as being on Joe Rogan's podcast to me, just because it's my daughter. Obviously, everybody.
We're only slightly paid less than Joe Rogan is, so.
I didn't read about that in the news.
Spotify did just make an offer. So,
Right.
The question that we ask every guest that comes on the show: did you graduate college?
No.
Never.
No, I never went to college, actually.
So what you're telling me that you became a YouTuber with millions of subscribers without going to college?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that every person going to college with the aspirations to be famous on the internet should go to college?
No, they shouldn't. You're in the
You
wrong,
need to go and get started.
You're in the wrong institution to get your career going on that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
You want me to give you a quick background of because I'm a little bit older than Alyssa, but I've always worked for myself for the most part. Even my very first job, actually I worked for Stanley Steamer when I was young. 19 I started, 18 actually, when I started working there right out of high school. And I worked in a really small market. We didn't even have a city. Spartanburg, South Carolina was our biggest city at the time. And there's Stanley Steamer franchises, especially back then, it was really big. They were all over the place. And at 19, 20, 21 years old, I was actually the #1 salesperson of all the Stanley Steamers. I made, I look back, it's wow, man, I made crazy good money. It was a cool job. I was really good at sales. But even though I made a lot of money, I always wanted to have my own thing, because I seen the guy that I worked for, how he had built his business, and I was like, wait a minute, I make him a lot of money, I want people to make money for me like that. So yeah. So actually when I was 22, 23 years old, before
I wasn't here.
Yeah, before this was actually born, I started my own paint company, and it was really funny. I started because my customers at the job I'd had were always asking me if I knew a good painter. Well, I did know a good painter, a family member. I didn't tell anybody. This was way back in the day when phone book advertising was really big.
Yellow Pages.
Yes, the Yellow Pages. And I spent a lot of money, like my first year in the phone book, 3 different phone books, Yellow Pages, dollar bill size ads. I was probably paying $2,500 a month even back then. But like the day the phone books came out, jobs started calling in. It was really funny because I quit my job making a lot of money and rolled the dice on myself. And literally the day the phone books came out, I actually booked like a $35,000 or $40,000 church that led to other churches, new construction, and we kind of took off from there. But the funny thing about it is I knew nothing about painting. When I went and done that first big estimate, I got to see all the materials. And it was so funny. I got to see all the materials, so I called the paint store, found out how much the materials cost. I took my uncle and I was like, all right, that was working with me. I said, we're going to have 3 people counting you here. How long will it take to do this? How long will it take to do that? How much materials will it take? I wrote everything down. I added everything up. I added like 38% to it. I give the guy a invoice estimate, and he asked when I could start. And I actually ended up, I priced it, like I said, I added like 38% over. I actually ended up making about 44% off of that job. So there's a little bit of luck involved there, but I also believed in myself. And even, I had a very successful painting business, and it's, because I always stood behind my work. I feel like I have like a master's or even a doctorate in painting.
Okay.
Because where you pay for mistakes, when you have to go back and redo something.
That sounds like Ty. He said once that he thought if you'd been doing something for more than 10 years, you have a doctorate.
I could see, Boo said, yeah.
He's spitting a banana if you're on audio. But I did the same thing with like weddings, at least in the beginning. Boo, this is my turn. He's got his banana. But so I would go to, that's basically what I did, like with the TV commercial. I'd never filmed one before or even produced one, but I knew 4 or 5 people that had. So the worst case scenario was I give them their money back, But I don't know. It's if you know how to get people who do know how to do it, and you just know how to get those people, you're capable of a lot more than what you're capable of.
Yeah, Alyssa
I could have said that better.
Alyssa has business savvy that you guys like. Sometimes just some of the stuff she tells me when she talks about her work and stuff. It's very impressive, and her work ethic is like I'm envious of it. I believe if I had Alyssa's work ethic, I would probably have like 50 million subscribers.
You need to read a book called The War of Art. And it's about the resistance, which the resistance is what prevents you from getting anything done that you need to get done. It is a great...
Who wrote the book, first off? Me and the kids we're not always fans of the same people's material.
He doesn't normally write self-help books. He writes fiction novels. And he wrote about his experience, like, with if you would just treat your art and things like your job. It's just about getting through this barrier that prevents you from getting things done.
Yeah.
You should read it. It's short. I read it in 3 hours.
It's kind of like a long version of the Steve Harvey jump speech.
Maybe I've listened to that.
It's a really good thing, and where I can really relate with if you guys have ever seen that Steve Harvey jump, it's called. It's on Facebook, YouTube. But I like where he talks about jumping, and like since I was very young, I've always been willing to do that, to jump, to take that risk. So just like with Boo, I did it. My other YouTube stuff before Boo. We won't talk a whole lot about that. Like I used to do comedy stuff. It was some of it was pretty raw. It's not around much anymore. We used to have a lot of fun, Boo, right? Boo's like, I was just a baby. I just know we stayed up all night.
Okay, so how long have you been doing YouTube to get to where you are right now? Like, how long ago was this channel started?
Honestly, we've been around YouTube since the very beginning.
But Boo's was
Boo,
made, what, 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, it was like 2013, 14. I kind of started doing videos with Boo more consistently, and then as it grew a little more and then a little more, and then all of a sudden I was like, wow, we're getting a lot of views and a lot of subscribers.
What year did it take off, like 2018?
2015, 16.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the fidget, I think a fidget spinner video had a lot to do with Boo taking off.
How did you, okay, that was like one of my questions, so I'll kind of just go into that. So how did you notice Boo's channel started to take off? Where did you see the growth? Was it on like a specific video, or was it the subscriber count, or was it Instagram?
It was really strange because there was a video brain freeze from like 2013, and like 2014 and 15, it didn't go viral, so to speak, because we have a crazy viral video, but it started getting consistent views, like monthly views, like it was staying at a very consistent number. And then the channel really started growing off of that, and it was really weird because I had done an Easter video earlier that year, and at Halloween, that Easter video like got a few million views in a couple days.
Wait.
I had an Easter video.
Was the Easter video the one that I helped you with and we went and got the chicks?
No, actually I did this myself with a Canon power shot up in the mountains.
Well, whenever we have to revisit the chicks, because I've got a funny thing to tell if it's any of your viewers, and they'll only know if they listen to the podcast about the chicks. You might know what I'm going to say.
I'm trying to think.
Well, I'll get to it. I'm going to write it down
So
so
anyway,
I don't forget.
the Easter video goes viral at Halloween. Well, we filmed some really good Halloween videos that year. The following Easter, a Halloween video that I think initially it was up to, in 4 months, it was up to 50, 60,000 views, maybe 100,000. And all of a sudden it just popped off. Like
how many views were they getting before that? Like on average, before,
they had kind
before
of
your
like,
channel grew, how many views?
Well, these videos I'm talking about had kind of like slowed down. They had, they were still getting a few views.
Were they like in the tens, thousands?
They each probably had about somewhere between 50 and 100,000.
Yeah.
When they actually took off.
So
but they had slowed down some.
In the beginning, all of us, I feel like whenever Boo's channel started, the whole family's videos were getting decent views.
Right.
So I feel like that's where some of it came from, and then it blew up whenever it was just YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But just to give anybody listening that might be thinking about starting a channel perspective, it wasn't like you were getting 100, 200,000 and then it blew up. It was like between probably 20 to 60,000 views on average every time you'd upload minimum.
Right.
And then YouTube pushed something because maybe it got to that 60,000 mark faster than the rest of the videos on that channel, or faster than the specific videos that were being uploaded around that like 5 to 6 hour mark that content was being added to the site. That's how YouTube finds things to feature and push, from what I've understood.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, as much YouTube as I've done, like, I've had it explained to me by really top level people at YouTube, and sometimes I'm like, well, that kind of makes sense, and then sometimes I strongly disagree with them, because these are top people with YouTube, but I've actually been doing YouTube videos and been around it and watched Ty's success and the stuff that this has done and the early stuff I did, and sometimes I actually disagree with them. I really do.
Well, what I've seen from like if you're like looking at something and maybe you have a similar video style or a similar video type to somebody, because you're going to be recommended to people that watch that style of video, look at the people that you want to make your videos be in the same category as, or around the same category, people that you would be going up with, right? Look at their video, click on their video, and then in YouTube where it recommends the next video based on things that you like or based on the video you just watched, look at the amount of views that video that's recommended to you has, and that is your goal for how to get recommended to people that have never heard of you before.
Yeah.
Because once you have that amount of views and that amount of interaction based on the amount of time that it's been uploaded and watch time, which is something a little bit harder to read from the outside, that's whenever your content will get pushed to those people as well.
Okay, so that's...
You're welcome. I'm teaching you things.
Yeah, no, you're not teaching. Okay, that's a professional YouTuber's way of saying
That isn't a YouTube. That's
now,
a marketing
okay,
tactic.
I understand that, like, right. But, okay, as an older person, I have a different perspective on it. Like, if you make good content, if you make good videos, if your audience can tell you that you enjoy what you're doing and you're consistent and you put your stuff out there, if you're good at it, they will come. They will watch. That and
But
I
you
know,
have to keep doing it.
I understand that. On everything that you just talked about is 100% factors into that. But at the end of the day, you know, you have to make really, really good content. You know, and you have to enjoy what you're doing. And
Hold on. Teddy's bark is weird. He doesn't know how to bark. Okay.
But it's just very important to love what you're doing. Let the audience see that you love what you're doing. And like, let me say, do not go out and buy a monkey to do monkey videos. Not that I don't want you to make monkey videos. I don't want you to get a monkey because it's so much responsibility. I have 3 of them. I have a full-time assistant, and I need another part-time assistant right now. Like, we need more help because it's so much work. You know, with the YouTube channels and everything that we do also, that takes up a lot of time.
Hold on, this is gonna drive me crazy in editing. They don't stop. Teddy!
I remember that shit. Okay.
Don't go get a monkey.
Yeah. Yeah. So we definitely want to say this while we're here. Loud and clear. We really?
Are you kidding me? That's why I don't record at home.
Why? Why?
Okay, go ahead and start with not getting a monkey.
But while I'm here, I definitely want to say this. Like, we're talking about YouTube and starting YouTube channels. Do not go get a pet monkey to start a YouTube channel. Not because I'm worried about, like, somebody else doing it. People just don't realize what a responsibility it is taking care of a monkey. It is a 24/7 job. I put more, honestly, into raising Ty and Alyssa, but, like, everything I got, I put into raising these monkeys. This is 24/7. Alyssa will tell you, I don't have very much of a social life. I'm cool with that. I've done most of the stuff I want to do. You know, I have friends that come around, but it's just a lot of work. And actually,
he's saying this as he's holding Boo's glass of
Right.
water so he can take a drink.
but like I have the Care Foundation. They're kind of a partner of the MonkeyBoo crew. Oh, I was going to get a drink.
Oh.
But they're a partner with the MonkeyBoo crew. And there's an animal sanctuary that have everything. You can go there and visit. Actually, we're doing a meet and greet there in April. But the reason that I brought them on as part of my network is because all of those animals were former pets. They have cobras. Not just cobras, they have one of the spitting cobras. Like, who goes out and gets a spitting cobra as a pet? So, you know, like, I don't want to be a hypocrite because, like, obviously it can be done. I do it, and I have 3 monkeys, but
That's his whole life.
you know, yes, and Boo's 12 years old. I probably know about 100 people that have gotten a baby monkey since I've had Boo, and like 5 of them still have their monkeys, and most of them didn't make it past the 3rd or 4th year. And I'm not exaggerating those numbers, guys. It's really that much. Like, it's just so much. The exotic. That's a whole. Like, we could do a whole podcast about all of that. The exotic.
I
animals.
was 13 whenever Boo moved in. And being a teenager and having to keep childproof locks whenever you're the youngest one in the household is very annoying.
Oh
All
my
the
gosh.
cabinets had
Keyboards.
baby proofed. Like you have to every time you open a cabinet in the kitchen, imagine pushing a button on the inside of the cabinet.
But yeah, well, the thing
Picking
was,
buttons
is,
off
even
keyboards as
after
babies.
Boo was like 3 years old, childproof and monkey-proof is not the same. Just it's
No.
not. Remember,
Because they're going to figure out how to open it.
we used to have to tie a string around. The only thing we had left to do was tie a string around this one door where Boo would go down to the basement going down to the pool.
Yeah. I mean, and he would even
Relentless.
the baby doorknobs to where you have to put a plastic piece over the doorknob and you squeeze the buttons. He would just take it off and then jump up, twist the doorknob, and come into the room.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, I guess Boo really was like a little brother to me because he was not allowed in my room because I didn't want to monkey-proof my bedroom. And I would have guests over or whatever, and he would run in the room. And my friend would be like, oh my God, a monkey! And then he's grabbing my stuff and jets out of the room and chasing him down. And we had a balcony, and he would dive off of that, get up on the curtain rods to where I couldn't get my stuff back. So he loved it. He absolutely loved it though. Okay, so hold on, let me. All right.
But with a YouTube channel, and there's other platforms, Facebook, TikTok, IGTV. It's not just about YouTube anymore, guys. I'm telling you, look to the future. It's not just about YouTube. Look to the future.
Okay.
But whatever you're good at, if you're funny, if you play really good music,
figure out a way to teach someone
cooking
how to do
videos.
something.
Yeah, if you can cook really good. There's so many different things that, everybody wants to be a vlogger or have a podcast or, find your wheelhouse, and that's what you stay with.
Yep. All right. So you have a lot of followers on Instagram, a few more than I do. You have a lot of followers on YouTube, Facebook.
Oh, Boo's Facebook Boo's YouTube channel is really big. 2.5 million subscribers.
How much money is that?
Over 1 million on Facebook.
Over 1 million?
On Facebook.
A year? I'm just kidding.
No,
how
1 million
much
followers on Facebook.
How much money do you make?
Well,
this is fine.
let's just say, okay, I have 3 monkeys.
People ask me this all the time as my dad.
They ask how much.
They're like, how much money does your dad make? I don't know. But
okay, so I'll say this: I have 3 monkeys. I have a full-time assistant. I need another one. I live a very comfortable life. I'm able to take care of the monkeys. If something was to happen to me, I've been really smart with the money that I've made, and so if something was to happen to me, there's enough money for an emergency plan. With the monkeys, I've done really well. I'm not going to go directly into it. It's kind of funny. You ever Googled yourself or your stuff? I've Googled MonkeyBoo. Apparently it's a pretty popular question. What is MonkeyBoo's net worth?
well, people are just, I think, intrigued by how much money people can make on the internet.
It can be very lucrative.
But you look at people, here's the thing though, we were talking about a minute ago, this is all that you do. So people look at somebody's YouTube channel and they see a vlog of them eating dinner and they're like, they're making X amount of dollars doing this, but that's stupid because it's you don't know what they're not showing you, which is literally them planning videos. It's a lot more work than you would think. And it's bringing your personal life onto the internet, which is it's a thing.
That's one of the things, because we've always stayed very loyal to our audience. We get a lot of fan mail. And I've had so many very experienced, very seasoned YouTubers go, man, I wouldn't do those mail videos like you do. The people send it, and it got to where we were filming for 2 or 3 hours doing a mail video, and then it was the last mail video I edited, I spent 12 or 13 hours editing, and I was like, yeah, I can't keep doing this. So I just started doing all the mail videos live, and we run through it. Luckily, I have a really good monkey, because as far as I know, I'm on YouTube and Facebook, maybe a little bit of IGTV or Instagram, but I do the only live monkey videos, and I'll go live with all 3 of my monkeys.
All right, I brought you something to try, and before you try it, I want to read to you something. But because you don't listen to the podcast, I know that he doesn't know about what I drink every day, guys. Okay.
Oh, listen, I'm not doing a coffee enema.
It is not anything to do with coffee.
I'm not doing, have you ever heard of this?
Is that what they put up their butt?
Yeah.
Oh, I watched, I was watching that show where they talk about their weird obsessions and addictions. And there's one where these people, they look like their house and them, they looked like they were strung out on drugs. But it was just them going into the bathroom with a tube with coffee. And she's like, I'm addicted to, I don't know what they called it, but
like,
it's a thing.
There was a girl, this has been a few years ago, since I've been, since your mom and I, a girl that I dated, she was into those, and I was like, really, you do that? She's like, yeah, I do it every day.
That's
and
disgusting.
she actually told me, she goes, are you going to start doing it? And I'm like, absolutely not. And she told me that if I wasn't willing to do it, that it may cause a problem with our relationship, and I was like, okay.
There's you apparently get a high from putting coffee up your butt. That's all I know. I'm not gonna try it.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab what I brought, and then I'm gonna read to you all of the health benefits, because I know you've been having some digestion problems.
Everything's perfectly normal.
Just kidding.
Call me at 6:30 in the morning.
Hold on, wait.
Call me any morning at 6:30. Like, Dad, what are you doing? You're gonna get the same answer every time.
Okay.
If it's some kind of energy drink, you know I don't do energy
There's
drinks.
no caffeine. Let me tell you about it.
No, I do caffeine. I can drink soda all day long, like several sodas, but if I take one energy drink.
All right, no, this is no
Is this
energy.
a sponsor?
I'm gonna tell you about. I'm trying to get sponsored by this brand. Shout out to G2s. Okay, so this is kombucha. Have you ever had it?
I've heard of it.
Okay, it's so good for you. In fact, the other day I looked up how good for you kombucha is. I have one bottle of this, not a full bottle, but a small bottle of this every single day, every afternoon.
I feel like I should Google or YouTube search Joe Rogan kombucha and see what he said about it.
Hold on, just hear me
That's
out.
what I heard about it.
So, okay, this is what kombucha does for you. It's fermented juice. It has probiotics and enzymes that are really, really good for your stomach. Okay.
Those are good.
So I googled, what does kombucha do for you? Are you ready? Because
ready.
this is magic.
Magic.
Okay. The drinks are promoted as improving digestion, diabetes, strengthening the immune system, reducing blood pressure, being detoxifying, and also, people also contend that kombucha helps rheumatism, gout, hemorrhoids, nervousness, liver function, and fights cancer. Isn't that insane? I drink this every day. It does have like 0.035% of alcohol.
Oh.
But
I don't drink.
I don't drink either. I don't. I really don't. The podcast knows. You would know if you listen to the podcast. I'm sober. Well, I did have a glass of wine last night with dinner. But I
don't have a glass of wine or a beer at dinner.
I've drank maybe twice in 2021. Okay? So this is kombucha. This is the only brand that's sold in this area that does not have added sugar.
Okay.
This is my favorite flavor. It's called the Guava Goddess. It makes your hair flow lusciously. I'm just kidding, but
it has.
I
don't know how lusciously my hair is going to flow, but
it has. This flavor is my favorite though, and it has it's carbonated, and it almost has a vinegary taste. But you have to try some, and Boo can have some too. He might hate it.
What is it? It looks like dry ice or smoke coming out. Hold on,
It's carbonated. It's
Okay. Wow, that's really carbonated.
Yeah, it's absolutely delicious. Hold on. I just thought it would be.
Kombucha.
This is kombucha.
Kombucha.
We're trying GT Synergy Raw Kombucha. Like I said, down at the bottom you can see things floating around. It is alive.
And it cures everything pretty much.
It's good.
Cures or prevents. Hold on, Boo. Let me try first.
What do you think? Boo likes it.
Grapefruit?
No.
There's some citrus. What is the citrus?
It all kind of
like
has it. This one, the ingredients are black tea, green tea, kiwi juice, guava puree, and 100% love.
Love. Man, that love can be a lot of different ingredients.
It says kombucha is kombucha. They peed in it.
like,
But yeah, it does have sugar, but it's all natural. I think in 3 of these, in a third of this bottle, there's 16 grams.
so how much of this are you drinking today?
I have one 16-ounce bottle every day.
Have you noticed a difference?
I have had really bad acid reflux in like the last 6 months, and this is the only thing that makes it go away.
Now the carbonation kind of, that's like the first, like, it feels like I would get acid reflux from it.
It settles it for me. It makes me burp,
try to get
which
it.
helps with the...
I don't know, it's like,
It's normally a little
that
colder.
I guess it's the fermented smell. Like, it's kind of hard to take a drink of it at first.
It's really good for you. Okay.
It's pretty good. Boo like MonkeyBoo's, I like it.
All right. So I need to talk about the baby chicks from a couple Easters ago.
You eat them.
Listen.
You eat them.
Let me tell the story.
Savage.
I was helping my dad film an Easter video, and we went to the local Tractor Supply and picked out a couple of chicks, and we were filming a video
we
with
didn't know
them.
their dad was doing steroids.
Yeah. Oh my God. All right. So my grandpa has a boo settle. Okay. My grandpa has a bunch of chicken coops and keeps chickens, and we were planning on giving him the chickens after we filmed the video for them to grow up and stuff and have a good life. And at the end of the video, my dad was like, and these chicks are going to live on a farm and like live out their full life and blah, blah, blah. Well, we didn't know that these chickens were going to become massive monsters that were barely able to walk because they got so big. And I went to visit my grandpa a few months later, and I had been since we gave him the chicks, and they were doing great. And he's like, they've just gotten huge, and they're like kind of taking up too much room in all the chicken coops and stuff. And the next time I went, I asked him about them. He said, yeah, I got them. And then I was like, all right. And then he goes into his second room, into the deep freezer, and pulls out some frozen chicken meat. They made so much chicken. And I did take some home.
Baby little chicks. What are your favorite? Let's eat them.
I just thought that was so funny. Because it was just, that was good.
Okay, now, because I am such a lightweight drinker, like
I don't drink then.
Yeah, but I can taste like I have the alcohol. Like
There's no alcohol.
you said, it had a little bit.
It says
I can feel it.
kombucha is a fermented tea that has naturally occurring alcohol. Do not consume if you are avoiding alcohol due to pregnancy, allergies, sensitivities, or religious beliefs.
See,
I drink
come on,
it.
say la 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 la. I gotta not drink.
It's
What'd you do to me?
I drink this every day at work. I have a great afternoon.
Yeah, you're getting
I'm not.
drunk at work.
It says it's got to have the alcohol percentage on it.
Yeah,
Actually,
it's not very much, but I'm that much of a lightweight drinker.
and these are the words of enlightenment for the bottle. Your knowing is your being.
Makes sense.
Yeah. We invite you to enlighten with your words. It doesn't really say how much alcohol percentage this one has, but I think it's because it's so low they don't legally have to.
Like drinking that and like pretending like you're not drinking a little bit of alcohol, that's like you're microdosing alcohol, basically.
Well, it makes me feel good and it's good for you.
Oh yeah, I bet it does.
Okay. So, while we're drinking our kombucha, it's called the Guava Goddess flavor. What is your advice for girls in their 20s and 30s trying to better themselves?
As far as relationship, work, in general.
As an independent.
I know a lot of guys. Don't depend on a guy. Like, it's fine if you fall in love, depend on, you know, your husband, but, or significant other, like whoever you marry. But always keep yourself in a position where you can take care of yourself. Like, that's what I would always tell Alyssa to do with her relationships and stuff like that. No matter what, be able to take care of yourself. And if you guys have been watching Alyssa, done a really good job of getting that into her head. I'm really proud of her. She can take care of herself. Very good. But yeah, definitely, like, and guys are full of it. There's like, and like, I don't know if it's so much with those that don't use filters so much, because filters trick people.
Can I tell them?
Filters get me all the time.
That is hilarious. Hey, my dad will be talking to some girl and will show me a picture of her, and I was like, but what does she really look like? And he's like, what do you mean? That's a selfie right there. And it's like, yeah, but I can see that Instagram filter has smoothed out her face to make her nose look like a Barbie doll.
Yeah, I mean, I got filtered real bad. Like, I was excited and stuff, and then I was like, not very excited.
Yeah, don't use filters as often. The trick is, here's the trick to a good selfie. Take it natural on your camera, on your phone, and then edit with good filters from an app that you pay for. I pay for it, but I also use it for work. But use a filter over a natural photo, and then they still enhance your face, but it doesn't make your face not look like your face.
What if guys use filters all the
They
time?
do.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never used a filter on a picture.
Maybe you should.
Maybe.
Try it. So, because you've never listened to the podcast again, I want to get your reaction to something. On one of the episodes, I had Carson come on. Right?
Right. I know Carson.
Okay. We told
Since she was a little kid. She was as tall as I was when she was a little kid.
Yeah. So we told the story of going to Miami with those two men and lying to our parents. You don't remember this? We told you. But like, I wanted to get your reaction on the podcast because we told everybody that we were flying to Miami and sent you guys flight information, but in reality we were in the car. We drove in the car with these men to Miami. I was working. I was getting paid to shoot. And it turned out to be a great opportunity. But if I would have told you, here's the thing. Parents aren't always right, because had I told you that we weren't flying and that the production company wasn't buying me a flight, I wouldn't have been able to take that chance to go get television experience. But I lied and I went anyway. We could have been sold in a sex trafficking industry, but we were going to do it together.
Okay, now, you do remember the guy, I don't know who it was I called. I got somebody's phone number for you.
Yeah, my dad called to talk to him.
It could have been one of your friends, but like, I pretty much, like, I'm not going to repeat what I said, but like, I was like, if anything happens to those girls, like, welcome to hell. Like, pretty much. But
we did lie. And it worked out. And
you're grounded.
No.
Whatever.
Mom just told me that she listened to the podcast and she was like, I forgot you lied about that.
I don't remember, like, I don't think you ever come clean to me.
Yeah, I did. No. I think we both told you. We were together.
I know. I never knew that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, I did not know that. I'm telling you, I would remember that.
Are you going to add...
Who said follow your dreams?
Are you going to add kombucha into your daily life?
It's got alcohol in it.
No, it doesn't. Not to get you drunk.
If I drink I took a sip of that and I can actually feel, like, I feel the effects of alcohol.
No, you don't.
Alyssa, I have not taken.
I do kind of feel what you mean.
I haven't taken a drink.
It's like that
alcohol.
stomach feeling of just alcohol being in there. I'm kidding. You don't feel that.
No, I'm telling you. You know, like, if you, like, somebody that drinks regularly, like that feeling you get after 2 or 3 beers. Like, you know, Boo's gonna be tipsy. Boo's drink a lot of it for his little body.
Okay.
He'll be like, let's party.
Says,
it's the 8th amount of an alcohol in a beer.
Oh, Ty stepped in. So
if there's an 1/8 of what is in the percentage of it is in a beer.
That's if you're
I
saying
can
he's
feel it. I'm
drunk.
telling you,
Look
I
how
can
much
feel it.
we split this amount of kombucha and
I
he's
like
drunk.
it. Yeah.
I know what alcohol feels like. I've drank
It's
before.
equivalent to taking like a little sip.
Yeah, like one sip of beer, like I actually do feel it. Like I really do. Like, if I have a headache from this after, I'll be really mad. It's y'all, you like this, like you're microdosing beer or alcohol. Well, yes, you are. That's
Well, I
exactly.
do it every day.
Yeah, Boo. Boo says, "Hear ye,
Okay.
hear ye, court is in session."
Yay!
Oh, Boo does patty
Yay!
cake.
Come on. Yay!
Boo, you did really good.
Good
This
job,
is actually
Boo.
Boo's first podcast.
MonkeyBoo's first podcast.
No, well, we've done some interview radio. Like, I was really weird. Like, hey, will you bring your monkey to the radio? I'm like, you know, nobody can see him, right? But we were in Memphis, Tennessee, I believe,
I don't remember.
a few years ago. We've done some cool stuff. We got some really cool stuff. The MonkeyBoo RV.
Oh, I wanted to tell you how much money the podcast made.
And we got. Am I gonna want to invest in this?
You're on episode 9.
That's
We
what
have
it's
made $4.03
Thank you.
out of $15 CPM.
Okay, so some of like Boo has a lot of girls that watch this, and they may find it because it's really like your podcast, like so I can tell.
It's much more targeted towards women because it's about a 24-year-old girl
Right
and her guests.
now, I will say this for Alyssa: are you 24 already?
I'll be 25 in like 2
I know,
months.
right? Like, it makes me feel old. So, but Alyssa's a very mature 24. So, a lot of girls that I know that are in their 30s could probably, it probably wouldn't hurt for them to take some advice from Alyssa. She's wise beyond her years, guys. I promise she really is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm her dad. Like she really is. She's a very smart girl. Like I said, I wish that I had her motivation and stuff. I'm a pretty motivated person, but she's like a whole nother level. I don't understand how she does it. I gotta sleep sometimes.
I sleep 8-10 hours a night.
But she does fun stuff.
You know what it is? You need to listen to more Gary Vee.
Who?
Gary Vee. Do what you love. If you're
That's
loving
what
it,
I do.
you wake up and you do it.
I love exactly. I do. That's what I do.
You know, seriously, Stephen Pressfield is the name of the author. Back that up. The War of Art. It is about the struggle that an artist has to create. The resistance is something negative, Satan, something in the universe holding them back from doing their full potential of what they were meant to do to reach the positive side of their life.
Okay.
It's good. Life-changing.
Life changing.
I mean, I was working before that, but I feel like anytime I'm thinking about doing something else, everything I read in that book comes back to my brain and it puts me back on
Something
track.
that I always do, even if I'm not really a big fan of theirs, any successful person, I don't care if it's a business person, an athlete,
Are you going to say exercise?
artist,
Oh.
a musician, whatever they do, anybody that is successful, when they start talking about the things that they did to make them successful, I always stop and listen. That's the people you will learn from.
I think exercising is the number one thing.
Like physically exercising?
No, it is. I could not work the way that I work right now without exercising every day. I'm like 4.5 months into every single day. I've lost like 20 pounds.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
That's a lot for you.
Yeah, I still can't get under 130. I don't understand. I don't care about how much I weigh at all because I've gained that weight back with muscle.
I've got COVID weight right now.
COVID weight.
A little bit. Okay, so
Quarantine 50.
hey, I just turned 49 last week. I'm in pretty good shape for my age, but it was funny because I do have a little bit of a stomach now. But
I like notice how he was talking really low and then he goes, my stomach now. And like he said,
I do have a little bit of gut. Like it is what it is. The good news is, if you actually feel it, I'll let you touch it. You can feel, if you press on it a little bit, you can feel there's actually a 6-pack underneath there still. It's like, okay.
Those are organs.
No, you can feel my muscles in my stomach still. Like it's still, like they're still there. I just need to, like I drink like 4 or 5 canned sodas a day at least.
Still?
Yeah.
I thought you quit.
No.
You gotta quit drinking soda.
I love it.
Drink kombucha. I don't drink soda, sweet tea, anything.
I don't catch a buzz off, so I can drive home. Like I'm gonna be like, Mom, I'm at Alyssa's. Can you come get me and drive me on the truck and Boo home?
No.
Boo's kind of, because Boo's got a driver's license now. Yes, MonkeyBoo actually has a driver's license. But Boo can't drive. I look at him, he's like, I'm sloshed, man. Like I know that got Boo buzzed.
No, it didn't.
He said it was 1/8 of a beer. If I drink,
why can people under 21 buy it?
If I drank 1/8 of a beer, I would be 1/8 of drunk because I can be not drunk, but I can be buzzed pretty solid off of one beer. Maybe I'll come back sometime on another podcast if they want to hear it. I can tell you, like, I can give you such good examples of bad decisions I made when I was drinking and how sick and bad, like, I get the worst hangovers.
I do too.
Oh my gosh. It's just
the one I had on January 1st, 2021 was a life-changing moment. And I decided never
I've had
again.
a couple of those.
God, that was terrible. I was dry heaving for hours.
Okay, dry the booze. I was throwing it while we're drinking, while we're talking. Let's drink some more. So, the year was.
The year was.
It was like 1988. It was either 88 or 89. I know. I think it was in Florida because it was warm and it was a New Year's party. And because you know how they always play like the top 100 songs on New Year's, and then right at midnight they'll play. And so the #1 song that year was Guns N' Roses' "Sweet Child of Mine." I remember that playing. So we go to this party and they made PJ. Did your generation know
Party
what that is?
juice had.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure it was made out of Everclear or something like that, or 151 rum, something ridiculous. Well, and even then I really wanted to drink it, and I didn't drink anything. But they had put fruit, oranges, and stuff like that in it, and I guess they just dropped it in alcohol and let it sit there for a while, and then put the other stuff. So anyway, me and my friends showed up, and we were never, like, we drank some, but man, we were kids in Florida, like teenagers, we were smoking. And we showed up with the munchies, like ready to throw down on some food. And like it never, like I know I could taste alcohol in them. I guess it didn't matter because it was like, this is a delicious piece of orange. This is a delicious piece of orange. Oh, a piece of watermelon.
Because it was soaked in juice.
Yeah,
and flavored vodka.
So we, like, you know, we didn't even realize, and like we sit there like with the munchies, full on munchies, and it's just killing this fruit. And then I go to stand up and I'm like, wow, and there, you know, the people made stuff, you're drunk. I'm like, I didn't even drink anything. They're like, you've been sitting there eating that fruit, that's the most strongest part of it. So yeah, like I got to where it needed to be sick. I had the ridiculous pounding headache. It felt like a rhinoceros was kicking me in the head. But yeah, it was time to, like, usually, like, when I get drunk, like as soon as I feel my stomach do that first thing, I'll know, go get somewhere by myself. Let's get this over with. That's part of the process. Yeah. Well, that night there was nothing. All I'd eaten was fruit, and there was no like alcohol there. So yeah, that was like one of the drunkest I've ever been. What's your most embarrassing YouTube moment? Do you have one? Because I was just watching. Me and a friend of mine were just watching your music videos from. How you gonna lie? And what's I'm not Ty's little sister. What is he? How does it go? I'm not Ty's little sister.
I went to a bar.
She actually did. She performed her song in front of.
It was karaoke night, Dad.
Yeah, but she did actually perform her own song in front of those people.
I was rapping.
Like okay.
I tried to make it as a rapper.
So my fans and I guess Alyssa's fans will know this, and I've been really practicing it really hard. Like, I just don't know what I'm going to sound like on a microphone. I'm about to do some singing videos. Oh,
are you about to start singing?
Not right now. But, so...
You should! Let's sing! It'll be good content. Okay, ready?
No, I'm not going to sing.
But
no, man, I'm not singing that. Like, so the song I've actually been working on, the first song I want to do, like, Do you know who the Laney Gardner girl is that did the Fleetwood Mac song? She did it amazing.
Yeah, I know
she
what
did
you're
the
talking
Dream
about.
song, like she did it amazing. Stevie Nicks is like, I don't like her. No, she did a really good job. Like I want to do just as good a job on my first song as she did on that song, which she's been around for a while, and I'm pretty sure she's like a professional singer, and I'm not. But I do have a friend, Chris. Marcia is gonna. I'm gonna go over there, and she's gonna put me on the mic. And do you know what song my first song is gonna be? Like, oh, you gotta be able to sing. It's Chris Cornell singing, the late Chris Cornell, that sing for Soundgarden and Audio Slave. I'm singing Like a Stone.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I hate that era of rock music.
Now I'm not like
Absolutely
I'm not
despise
into grunge rock and stuff like that all that much. But that was that's the song I'm doing. Like I've actually practiced at the house. I never because I've never really done any kind of singing like that. So I found a really good karaoke version that don't have any backup singing. It's just the music, and it helps you stay on time. And I got to where I was not having to watch it. And
oh my God, have you been sitting
Like, it
around
makes my-
singing Audio Slave?
yeah, nightly, and I practice. I don't know what I said, but like my throat's always like sore the next day. I'm like,
It's
man,
because you're
people-
singing from your throat. You're supposed to sing from your stomach.
or whatever. Like either way, I think maybe it sounds better coming from my throat. Boo has seen me do it so many times. He's watched. He's like, you're getting good, Daddy. But the only thing is, I've never hooked up to a microphone.
Come on.
No, I'm saving it for my video. I'm not leaking none of my stuff out.
Do they have any lyrics?
It would be like if Jake Paul let me get a shot at a boxing match. I'm not leaking any footage of me out. Like everything's going to be a surprise.
Okay, the first comment is the lyrics.
But like Chris Cornell, like
On a Cromwell. I don't know how it goes. I don't
you're
know.
not going to mess it up. Don't mess up my thing, Alyssa.
Hold on. Is it the chorus that starts out in your house? I long to be.
Yeah.
In your house. You have to do just the chorus.
No.
Give him a sample.
No.
I'll edit the audio for you.
I'm not. Okay, so we'll do it on Boo's channel. I have one of the monkeys with me when I do it, but I'm not leaking any of it.
Hold on, wait.
So do you have a most embarrassing YouTube moment? Cause I definitely do.
It's definitely not something I would talk about.
Usually
Let's talk
more.
about Britney Spears.
Let's talk about her.
No.
Britney's alright,
The
man.
conservatorship.
Britney just
I don't
needs-
think she's alright.
Britney just needs a good dude in her life to keep her right. I'll
Anyway,
keep her
let's
straight.
sing this song.
No, let's like.
Hold on, wait.
I'm not singing
When does it
this.
start?
It'll
I
be
feel
the most
like-
popular
hold on, wait.
podcast of all
I
time.
feel like whenever like the audio of like this instrumental comes on, like my dad loses control, and he's like, I almost started singing just then because it's like you just can't think it. He's got to sing.
No, I've
audio
been
slave.
practicing. I've actually been
Here you go.
practicing.
Just
I'm
wait.
not doing this. I'm not doing it for my fans.
Now when does it start?
I've got to get me a microphone
You gotta
like
do the
this.
chord. You gotta.
I've definitely got to get a microphone.
In your
Wait a minute, and
house, I long to be.
Maybe you sing back up.
I'll wait for you there, like a stone. Rockstar.
Huh?
Rockstar?
Am I a rock star?
No.
What are you talking about, rock? Are you talking about audios?
No, Nickelback.
No, I'm
He
not
loves
singing.
that song.
It's a good song. You know
Are
what?
you through with standing in
you
line
have
in the
any-
clubs waiting to get in?
Yeah, actually, yeah. If I go to the club, I won't go to a show like I won't say who the artist was, but he's been around for a long time. I mean, he's playing like maybe 4,000 or 5,000 seat venues now. People still go see him. It was
You won't say who it is.
Nah, I'm not gonna play. It was Brian Adams. I like it. But anyway, I wanted to meet him because it was one of my birthdays when I was younger. He made such a powerful song. It made me have a great birthday. We're not gonna tell that story from my daughter. But anyway, he made a great birthday, so I wanted to meet him and shake his hand. And I've busted my butt for a long time with MonkeyBoo, and even with my old comedy stuff, I've done some stuff, and Like I messaged him for several weeks. Like I wasn't asking for free tickets or anything like that. I reached out to his management. I just wanted to meet him, get a picture with him, shake his hand. And he kind of just like completely blew me off. And finally the last message I sent him the day of the show, and I was like, you're a has-been anyway. Like I was like, I don't know, it just kind of made me mad that, you know, I have as many followers as you do.
What if he didn't see it?
He had to have.
No, he didn't.
Like, for real. Like, somebody had, like, you know.
We gotta wrap this up.
But yeah, this has been super fun.
Not a college grad.
My first podcast.
What about Boo?
MonkeyBoo's first also.
Boo!
Now, we've done some interviews over the phone. We've done some video interviews and stuff, but we've never actually done a real podcast. Like, my next goal is I want to do the Uncle Joey's joint with Joey Diaz. So if you guys see this, you should tweet or tag him on Instagram, Mad Flavors World, and be like, yo, Uncle Joey, we want to see Pete on there. That would like I'm gonna I'd love to take Boo with me, but the Joey Diaz one, that'd probably be a little different side of me that you guys don't normally see in a MonkeyBoo video, but somebody else's platform, so it's okay. Right? So this is fun, Alyssa. I love you.
Love you too.
You're
All
doing
right.
great. I'm so proud of you. Everybody give Alyssa a big hand. Yay.
Boo, clap your hands.
Boo, you love your sister? Yeah. You did really good too, Boo. Thank you very much.
All right.
So like, I feel like I'm so used to being in charge of the camera. I feel like I should be wrapping this up for you.
You can. I mean, it's gonna. If you want to do a Facebook version, you can close it out.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Alyssa's podcast. It airs
Mondays, every
6
Monday
a.m.
at 6 a.m.
Monday at 6 a.m. But
It's available.
If you're one of the normal people that's not up at 6 a.m.,
It's available any other
you
time.
can watch it any other time on where at?
It is available on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, Google Podcasts, anywhere.
And this episode on MonkeyBoo's Facebook page.
Yeah, anywhere that there's podcasts, there I am.
All right, there you have it.
Bye. Okay, just hit the space bar.
What, 350? About 250.